Welcome to Seize the Mains by Malhotra's IS Academy. I'm Surbhi Sardana and this is Season 3 of our Daily Answer Writing Initiative. This initiative runs in coordination with our website rajisacademy.com. On our website, in the mains answer writing section, you'll see a series of questions. Here is a list of questions that will appear. The latest questions have been updated there. You can click on any of the questions, write your sample answer there, and our team will evaluate it, respond back with its feedback entirely free of cost for you. So join this initiative. If you haven't started answer writing, this is the right time. Also, the question that we are discussing today comes from a topic that we took on our channel, on our YouTube channel yesterday in the current affairs discussion for geography, science and tech and environment, and this happens on a daily basis from Monday to Saturday. We discuss the topic at 2:30 p.m. on our channel, and next day this answer writing discussion is taken with regards to one of the topic that was discussed the previous day. So the question for day 41 is regarding importance of livestock. So recently Ongole cattle, that is indigenous cattle breed of India in Andhra Pradesh district, that was in news. So we thought that why not question you about the importance of livestock in our country, which is also part of GS paper 3, GS 3 in parts of economics of animal rearing. So that is where you have to prepare this topic. Examine the role of livestock rearing for Indian economy. Also discuss the challenges involved in livestock rearing. If you have prepared this topic, whether through your static notes or through current affairs, or if you've been reading newspapers frequently, especially the Indian Express, where they cover articles related to livestock and agriculture frequently on a weekly basis, so you might be aware of this topic. Also, this is a very straightforward question. You have to talk about role of livestock rearing for the Indian economy. That means you have to talk about the positive sides, or what is its contribution to the GDP, or how does it benefit people in general. Also discuss the challenges involved in livestock rearing. So for today, the first part will be taken in detail and the challenges part will be taken in a short format, and you will have to expand on those. So let's see how will we address the first part of this answer. So I'll explain the introduction part in very much detail today. See, in introduction, don't start writing about the topic just in one go. If a question is asked to you in the question statement, अगर आपसे कुछ directly चीज़ पूछी गई है, तो first line में उसका एकदम से answer नहीं देना, आपको topic के बारे में थोड़ा सा examiner को बताना है. For example, in the first two lines here, what you can write is that India has a rich heritage of animal rearing. It is home to several breeds of cattle, small ruminants, fowl pigs and equine species among others. So here you've given introduction about the topic. आपने livestock के बारे में या animal rearing के बारे में generally बता दिया है. Now whenever it comes to economy answers, data is very important. कोई sector कितना contribute कर रहा है GDP में, or to the employment, rural employment, urban employment, anything, any data from that point of view would be important. So economy answers have to be substantiated with data. Without them, it is very hard to get good score. Now what you can do is maintain a separate sheet, A4 size sheet पर आप notes बना सकते हैं, जैसे कि आप newspapers पढ़ते हैं. Write down important data in a separate notebook or on a separate sheet. So by the time you sit for prelims or for mains, you will have good like 4 to 5 sheets prepared for data, or even more than that, depending on how much you have read and how much data you find relevant. So you can address a lot of prelims answers also through that sheet by having your own notes, and you can use the same data when you sit for mains exam also. So this is very general data, very basic data with regards to livestock. The first one is that it contributes 4.11% or close to 4% to total GDP, and around 1/4 to agricultural GDP, that is around 25.6% to agricultural GDP. So if you write about this data, this will be more than enough to get you more marks. And in the conclusion of the introduction, now first two lines were about telling the examiner about importance of livestock, what do you know about it, about animal rearing. The next two lines will be about data. So it plays an important role in the Indian economy because about these many people, 20.5 million people, depend upon livestock for their livelihood. So this is data with regards to employment. percentages are easier to remember than this particular data. So if you can talk about 4% and 25% contribution to GDP, more than enough. And then you can conclude by saying, the first paragraph can be concluded by saying that livestock are an integral component of agriculture in India and make multifaceted contribution to the growth and development of agricultural sector. And moving from here, you can put a linkage point and talk about that this sector has the following roles to play in the Indian economy. Then you can talk about how it contributes to the Indian economy. Then you can write down in point format, point number 1 to 7 or more than that. So the first part is food. Obviously livestock contributes a great share in providing food, especially it provides, livestock sector provides rich source of proteins through milk, meat and eggs, which are important source of animal protein. And then you can substantiate it with some data that India is #1 milk producer in the world. Or even if this line is deleted, that will not be making much difference. So what you can do is talk about food, talk about fiber and skins, how their fiber and skin, for example wool and leather products. The livestock also contributes to the production of wool, hair, hides and pelts. Leather is the most important product which has a very high export potential, Indian leather. The next one is the draft. See, we have like latest technologies for agriculture, but most of our farmers are either small farmers, either they have very small land holdings or marginal land holdings, so they are not very rich farmers. So most of the times they cannot afford a vehicle. Buying a vehicle in India is a big deal even now, even after so many loans available. So small and marginal farmers, it's very hard for them to buy a tractor or any other vehicle to carry out farming on that small patch of land. So here is where the role of livestock comes in. The role of bullocks, they can be used for plowing, carting and transport of both inputs and outputs. And then you can talk about pack animals like camels, horses, donkeys, ponies, mules, etc., which still play a role in the rural economy for transporting goods in different parts of the country. And there are like high altitude locations also. There are many religious places are there, or army establishments are there, where going through or carrying goods through normal vehicles is not possible. India has all kinds of geography, all kinds of terrain. So in that kind of terrain, we need mules and ponies. The fourth one is the weed control. Again, this can be clubbed with the relevance of livestock in agriculture. The fifth one is the sports and recreation. There are sports like Jallikattu, which are banned from time to time in India, but still there are many other recreational sports also which take the help of animals. They can be like animal racing or animal competitions, other competitions which involve animals. The sixth and most important one is about gender equity. सी लाइवस्टॉक रेयरिंग में, एनिमल रेयरिंग में विमेन का बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल रहता है. हमारी जो मेजॉरिटी ऑफ रूरल विमेन हैं वो इस सेक्टर में एम्प्लॉयड हैं. दे आर एम्प्लॉयड इन द एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर ऑल्सो. देयर इज़ फेमिनाइजेशन ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर टेकिंग प्लेस, बट लाइवस्टॉक सेक्टर इज़ मोर रेम्यूनरेटिव because what happens on a monthly basis or in very short period of time, it can generate stable income. It is stable and it is not dependent on climatic factors. Think about a woman who's running her household, has a few sheeps and is sitting in area of Leh or Ladakh. So she can run her family by just owning a few sheeps, rearing, taking wool out of them and selling it, or turning it into some other usable product and selling it off. So in like high terrain also, there are some terrains where other kinds of employment, other kind of job opportunities are not there. There also it leads to women empowerment, independence of women, financial security for women. And in other parts of India also, in most parts of India, livestock rearing has led to empowerment of women because this sector employs women on a large scale. So the share of women employment in livestock sector is around 90% in Punjab and Haryana, where dairying is a prominent activity. And similar is the case for other northern states like Rajasthan. If you stay in Northeast India or South India and you are watching this video, find out what is the share of women in livestock sector from the latest economic document, economic survey of your state. That must be available on the website of your state government. So find out, inculcate that in your data and use it in your answers. The next one is social security. See, due to climate change, global warming, crop failure is taking place. The productivity of crops is going down, and there are changes which occur on a global level from time to time. So in cases of crop failure, social security can be, attained through rearing livestock, through cows, buffaloes, hens, getting into the poultry sector or anything like that. In fact, it was stated a few years back that starting a poultry farm is a very economical activity, and it generates a lot of income in a very short span of time. So it can be used for eradication of poverty in the country. The next one is about natural disasters. Just like, if a drought or famine occurs or any natural calamity takes place, so livestock can be saved, these animals can be saved, and their products can be used for generating a stable income. Also, they provide a lot of manure. The excreta of these animals serves as agricultural manure, which sells at very high prices, not just in the Indian market or in the local market, but also internationally. It can be sold as manure, it can be used in biogas plants, it can be turned into fertilizers. So that's how income is generated through one source to the other. The other one is the employment and subsidiary income. A large number of people in India, it is said that around 3/4 of rural people have their stakes in livestock. They are employed in livestock. In fact, for farmers or for laborers, agricultural laborers who do not have land of their own, the landless and less land people depend upon livestock for utilizing their labor during lean agricultural seasons. Now, in the second part of the question, you have to talk about challenges also. So here we have given you a small number of challenges. Make sure that you write that in your whole answer. First of all, some challenges can be the prevalence of diseases. The lumpy skin disease is in news. It has been in news for the past 4-5 months. A lot of cattle, especially in Gujarat area, have died out of this disease. Foot and mouth disease is something that we are fighting with on an annual basis in like Indian cattle. There is there are other diseases of these animals. There is inadequate quantity and quality of food that has to be given to these animals, because the quality of food they are given, that is the amount or that is the quality of products they will produce. The higher the better the quality of food they will be supplied with, the better the quality of products that will be generated. So quality of fodder, fighting with animal diseases, lesser funding, and lack of awareness in people about insurance, livestock insurance, and the last one, how to dispose them off. For example, if a cow loses its milking capabilities after a certain age, you must have seen in your local areas also that they are just left on the streets, and their rehabilitation is a very big task for the government. These cows are left on the street, they stay on the streets, and they are not taken care of. So that leads to more diseases in and around that area, and secondly, it is a very inhumane treatment that we inflict on these animals, and not just for cows and buffaloes, for all kinds of animals. So these are some of the challenges. To fight with these challenges, there is this livestock policy of 2013 that the government has come up with. Apart from that, what you can write in your conclusion is that yes, this livestock sector is very much important. India depends heavily on this sector, as can be seen from the above points. However, these challenges have to be tackled with. You can name this policy livestock policy, National Livestock Policy of 2013. Also, you can talk about the policies of government that are going on for the livestock sector, whether it's your state or central government. For example, the National Gokul Mission, or the research that is being carried out by, for example, NDRI, National Dairy Research Institute. So, or any other research institute that is located in your state or your locality, or any other initiative. For example, in your locality, an NGO has come up with a solution to rehabilitate cows or buffaloes which have been left on the streets. So write that down in your conclusion, write that down as an example and a way forward. So this is your full answer. The whole answer can be read on our website rajaiasacademy.com. We eagerly wait for your answers. Practice will make you perfect. Keep writing answers, send it to us. It is an entirely free of cost initiative. Also mains is quite near, so you will be able to get a lot of benefit during this time of this cycle, because then you will be burdened with your optional preparation and then followed by that with prelims preparation. So this is the right time. Send us your answers and all the best to you.